What's going on, guys? Demus34 here. Here back again with another brand new video. Today I thought we would have a quick look at Grand Theft Auto Online. Um, Avoiding from trying to being like Mr. Boss for the win here. But yeah, so I thought we could take a look at what I have on my character. I've been playing this game. I've been grinding this game with most of my spare time, trying to reach the level that I was at on my console. But here we are, and I thought we'd just have a look at the garages. As you can see, I'm pretty broke right now, but yeah. So I thought we'd take a look, and yeah. So here we have the basic apartment. You guys know the drill with this game. I actually own apartment 20 and apartment 7. This is apartment 7, I believe, which is the first one that I got. So I thought I would take a quick look. So let's head down to the garage and take a look at my vehicles. So let's head down. I also have a bunker on the west coast, the west coast bunker, but near the Fleecer Bank. But I thought I wouldn't show you guys that because that would probably just be a waste of time. You guys have all seen the bunker. But yeah, so this is my primary garage. These are all the vehicles, most of my most used vehicles. This is where they live. But yeah, so I haven't really done many game modes other than just grinding in free mode really with my properties and my business that I'll show you soon. But anyways, so the first vehicle that I personally got in this game was actually the Sultan. So this is the first vehicle I picked up off the street. I instantly put an orange coat on it because I think it looks pretty good. I think it's a really good foot. I think it may be the best four-seater free vehicle even just free vehicle off the street in general. It's really nice and quick. It's just got a timeless design. I mean, it's the Sultan. You know, everyone knows the Sultan. But yeah, I thought I'd show you guys that. It's a pretty nice car. I haven't done many mods on it. I think I actually did a couple of races to unlock Turbo, which is probably the most time I've spent out of free roam. But yeah, that's the Sultan. Not many mods on it. Kind of something the car that you'd want that I'd want in real life that's in my price range anyways. Next car. So I had the Sultan, and I thought that I would want to get something a bit more a bit quicker in a straight line, so I thought I'd get the Banshee. The Banshee, I actually got this game only a couple months ago, and so at that time, I thought that the Banshee was the quickest vehicle in the straight line, but apparently it was nerfed, and I didn't know about it. So yeah, I bought the Banshee, and I didn't want to get rid of it. I think it looks pretty good in this nice red color. It's got a nice flat, very shiny flat bonnet. But yeah, it's pretty nice. No tire smoke. I don't think I was high enough rank at the time. I don't really get around to using this vehicle a lot. But yeah, I actually hadn't owned this vehicle previously on the console version, so I thought I might give it a try. And yeah, I mean it's definitely not the fastest supercar around. Definitely won't be taking this in any races at all. It's garbage in the corners. But yeah, so it's got nice fat tires, and yeah, so that's the Banshee. But I quickly realised as soon as I bought it that it just wasn't going as fast in a straight line as I had intended for it to go, as I thought it was going to. So I moved on to the next vehicle, which cost me a lot. But yeah, so also haven't spent a single dollar on this game in shark cards. I think I did get a I did get the $8 million Megalodon Shark Card bundle. I think it was about $10, 10 Australian dollars more than just the game alone. So I thought I'd pick that up to help me get started. But yeah, so I bought all my businesses with that. I haven't bought any. I didn't buy any vehicles with that. Tried to be as efficient as possible. So yeah. So next vehicle I bought was the FMJ. I really love this vehicle. I'm personally a huge fan of the Ford GT. I think it's amazing. Ford GT40. You know, okay, that looks like a hacker, so I'm gonna head inside. But yeah. So I thought this looks like This is a reincarnation of the 2017 Ford GT. And the 2017 Ford GT, it's just an amazing car. I love how it looks. I love the body style. But yeah, so that's the FMJ. It's got a much better top speed than the Banshee over there, the Nerf Banshee. It's pretty good at races. I've won a couple of races in it. It's not the best, you know. It's no Zentorno in its prime, if that makes any sense to the long-time players. But anyways, moving on. So I believe the next vehicle here that I bought, yeah, definitely it's gonna have to be the Dukes of Death, the Duke of Death. Yeah, I really like this vehicle. Bought it for the styling. Bought it for the slight resistance to explosives. It also sounds really nice. But yeah, so I got the nice matte black paint color on here. Performance pretty good. I do love the high beams on this thing because those lights are just amazing. But yeah, it's really nice. It's pretty good for drift. Okay, that's another person. Yeah, looks like they're turning around, so I might just head. Yeah. Alright, looks like we can keep playing around. But yeah, so it's a nice vehicle. I do like it. I decided to keep the matte black paint because I thought the matte black paint was pretty good. I think it's just the classic styling, so I wouldn't change it for if you gave me money anyways. So yeah, that's that. It's pretty quick. It's definitely better in a straight line than it is around the corners, but yeah, not too good for racing this one, but just good for just mucking around and enjoying yourself in free roam. So I thought I'd pick it up, and yeah, so moving on to the next vehicle, we have, I would definitely say, the Varka. So the Varka, I know, I do understand, it's absolutely rubbish on the track. There's no hiding that. It's just terrible on the track. You know, it'll get smoked by any supercar, any other supercar, probably except the Bullet. But yeah, so the reason I bought it was actually, we actually did a throwback, me and my friend, Outlander Gaming Rebooted. Him and I, we actually did a throwback we actually had a throwback Thursday type of thing going on, and so I thought that this was actually the first car I ever bought in GTA Online. I'm pretty sure I actually shark carded. The day I bought it, this was way back on the 360 version. This is even, I think the Zentorno had just been released, so I never actually got to experience a pre-Zentorno GTA Online. But yeah, so this was the first vehicle because I thought, you know, performance didn't really matter to me at that point. I thought this car looked really nice for the money, and so I thought, you know, that performance would come along with it. But no, I'm not gonna say it's the best performance, but it's got the best performance. But definitely, I actually also got this paint job because this is the paint job I got, and I know the carbon hood is actually pretty ugly, but I didn't really. I thought it looked good at the time, and this is a throwback vehicle, so I didn't want to change any part about it. Don't know if this was exactly the color, but it was very similar to this. If Outlaw Gaming would do a collab, we'd probably have a bit more of a talk about it. But yeah, that's the Varka. Sounds pretty nice too. But yeah, so moving on to the next vehicle. just hit the 10-minute mark in the video, so hopefully try to get through these next vehicles a bit quicker. So I believe the next vehicle, there's a pretty big gap in the vehicles here at this point. I didn't really think I needed any more vehicles, but I was definitely wrong. The next vehicle is this bike, and this is by far the most used vehicle in my garage. Like I use this thing all the time. This is of course the beloved, is it Pegasi, I think? Can't tell because there's a thing on, but I think it's the Pegasi Oppressor. Quite possibly the most broken and overpowered thing to ever come to GTA Online. For me, it has completely ruined free roam, but I had to pick one up. You know, it's just a mission machine. You know, with these mods on it, which actually only recently unlocked. The guns on it, the stock guns, are quite possibly the worst weapon you could ever possibly use in GTA Online, because you can't use your drive-by weapons, obviously. But yeah, the missiles are just so good. You know, there's 20 of them. You can just call this thing in whenever you need it with the Motorcycle Club, which I will show you after the vehicle showcase. But yeah, so definitely the Oppressor is just insane and crazy. You know, it's just so good. It's so quick to get around the map. It's kind of ruined flying, but anyways, let's move on to the next vehicle. That's the Oppressor. Also, I'm not the vehicles in the next garage. Most of them aren't very important. They aren't very impressive. So I think there's only like 4 cars in there. But this is so this is the main one. Next one is the Declasse Rhapsody. This is actually an interesting vehicle. My father actually used to own, I think it was a Daihatsu Charade, and it was kind of similar to this. So yeah, I just actually, the reason I bought this, I'm not quite too sure actually. Partly because of that, partly because I just thought it looked pretty cool, to be honest with you, and so I thought I'd never gotten one before. But yeah, this one's got turbo mods on it. Yeah, I think that's those are most of them. And I don't believe in getting like any of the stages unless you get the max for the like transmission and that. So I'd just rather wait, because I think it's a waste of money. So yeah, so this, I mean, it's pretty zippy. It's not bad for doing drifts. But yeah, so that's the Rhapsody. I think I just like the style of it. I like the big back paint and the lights and all that, and the grille. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I love this color. This is the color I had on my Massacro, but I'm not allowed to buy Massacro on PC version. So yeah, but this is the Rhapsody. It's pretty quick, pretty nimble, but definitely won't be using it for any missions anytime soon. Also, the front, I should mention as well, the first-person view in the Rhapsody is actually really nice. I don't know if I can do it in here, but I'll see if I can. Yeah, I can. So yeah, see, there's plenty of space, plenty of viewing. Yeah, of course you don't have to have that really low res exposed hood, but yeah, so that's a really terrible tech. I'm playing on very high quality, a mix of very high and ultra, by the way. But yeah, so that's the Rhapsody. I think the next vehicle would be the APC. So I was actually playing with a friend recently, and we were actually getting really we would not stop getting attacked by these APCs. So I decided that I'd fight fire with fire and grab one for myself, and I've never looked back. This thing is pretty mad. Really strong. It completely obsoletes. Oh well, I guess not quite obsoleting the tank in a way that, because this vehicle requires multiple personnel, if you just had those people in tanks, you'd probably just have even more power. But shot for shot, defense hit for hit, this thing is pretty good. I mean, it can take about, I think, 8 rockets or 8 sticky bombs before it explodes. It's actually got it actually reminds me of the Liberator monster truck in the way it drives. It's got it has absolutely no wheel spin. It just takes off, and it's got just the worst top speed. That's probably the worst thing about this vehicle. It's just got no top speed, but that's also that's fair enough. I mean, if it had a really good top speed, I mean, we just have a broken. Well, I mean, it already is kind of broken, but an even more broken GTA Online free roam. But yeah, so I got the SAM missile turrets for this thing. I think I've only used them like once, the SAM missile turrets, but I decided to get these because I thought I'm not even going to use it for missions because it's just too slow to get around for my businesses. So I thought that I would just, yeah. So I thought I'd just hop in this thing, and I thought I'd grab him for fighting other players because other players most definitely will use the SAM turret, and if you come across an APC in the SAM turret and you're in one with the regular turret, you're pretty much screwed. There's not much you can do in the way of defending yourself. So anyways, so I got that for fighting other players. But yeah, so moving on to the second to last vehicle in this show. So here is the Vapid Contender. Quite possibly the most, at least in terms of racing, the most class-breaking vehicle I think I've ever seen. This vehicle, I mean, apart from the Sterling GT and the Zentorno, really, this vehicle is just, it's really the complete package. I mean, it's incredibly fast. Like, I mean, from a standstill, it just takes off. I mean, look at this thing, it just goes, compared to the other SUVs, of course. But yeah, I think I'm going too far away, actually. But yeah, it just takes off. It's got a reasonable top speed. I'm probably not the best in the class, but the acceleration and the handling really just make up for that. The handling is really snappy and tight. It's actually really quite stealthy in this black paint job. Yeah, this car is just incredibly quick for what it is. I mean, it just completely obsoletes all of the other SUVs for racing. I really think a balance is in order for this vehicle. I think there's another vehicle called I think it's the Granger. It's another truck similar to this. I think they both need to be balanced out. Maybe slowed down so that they could be the same speed as the other SUVs, or even just in the top 5 or whatever. I really do think they need balancing. But anyways, moving on to the vehicle I purchased yesterday. But yeah, this vehicle that I purchased yesterday, I haven't actually unlocked the research for the dual. And well, funny thing, I've actually unlocked the research for the mortars and I think it's the front missiles for this Tampa, the weaponized Tampa. This vehicle, I haven't had too long with it. Honestly, the gun on top, it sucks in this state. I mean, it's at a decent angle. It's a bit too low to comfortably kill people, but man, when you get the dual miniguns with the movement controllable miniguns on this thing, man, does it shred. I bought this actually mainly because I wanted a vehicle that I could reliably use if I was on my own to supply and sell cocaine and arms reliably. You can use obviously you can use the oppressor or the APC, but I generally prefer the guns to the rockets because they have a weird tracking and sometimes they never really hit the actual target. But yeah, so I thought I'd get this. I really like this vehicle. I think it's got a great look and feel to it. It's pretty quick as well, actually, for an armored vehicle. Although it's not actually armored, it's just kind of there for show. one sticky and one, shot to the head and you're done in this thing. But yeah, as I said, it's not for war. It's too fragile for war. It's really just for completing missions. But it's really good for completing missions when you have the turret. But I thought, yeah, so I'd show you that. Now that's the end of it for the first garage, and I'll show you the second one quickly. There's not much, none of the vehicles are modded, I think. But yeah, so I haven't got the money to afford the mortars or the what's it called yet, the rockets, the front rockets. So I thought that I would wait. So anyways, moving on to the next garage, we have apartment 20, which is my second and most, I think. I'm not too sure what's in here, but yeah, we'll see. So okay, here we go. So yeah, as I said, this is the garage that I have for vehicles that I plan on upgrading in the future. But yeah, so if I'm just going down the only thing that's modded in here is this car, which me and my buddy Alnor Gaming Rebooted, we actually had a Ricer challenge where we'd find front wheel drive on the cars on the street and turn them into Ricers. His Dilettante destroyed this car. I'll just get in and see what it is. The Declasse Premier, yeah, it just destroyed it. The electric car just absolutely destroyed it. But anyways, so the Dominator, I don't have a reliable muscle car to complete races in, so I thought I might grab myself a Dominator off the street. I realise I could probably get some better vehicles, but I don't. I really like the Dominator. I think it looks really nice, and yeah. So that's the Dominator. Not much to say about it. It's just straight off the street. I think this is the Ubermacht Oracle, and so this was also part of the throwback Thursday, and I actually grabbed this because we actually used team Outdoor Game Rebooted and a couple of other blokes that don't have PCs at the moment. We actually used to roll around in one of these vehicles back in the 360 days, and we thought it was impenetrable. You know, back in the day, it would never cave in. It would never do anything like that. It was a really nice vehicle, so we kept it and we used it as the gang car. We just roll around in it. So I thought I might grab one and maybe do something with it later. Not too sure at the moment, but yeah, moving on. So the Cheval Picador, I just like this vehicle. I like it because it's a nice looking truck. It's low. It's got pretty good acceleration handling for a truck, but also it looks really nice in chrome. It's probably one of the only very few vehicles that I'd consider putting chrome on as a primary color, but man, the chrome truck, it looks really nice when you get spill the chrome paint on it. But yeah, so that's that. And then here is the is it the Declasse? I think it's Declasse Tornado. The Declasse Tornado. Yeah, it's just a nice vehicle. Just an old-timey vehicle. The only lowrider that I consider for Benny's. I had one of these back on the console days, and I had it. I think it was like a nice blue, and it was a nice light. It was a nice green and kind of dark bluey color, and it was really nice. I love the hydraulics on that thing. You get so high with it. So yeah, but when I get the money, I'll probably mod all these vehicles. But yeah, make them all racing ready and all that, and yeah, so. Yeah, I'll probably, and obviously I need to put transmission and engine upgrades on, and braking upgrades on all of those cars. Actually, it should be below because it's Department 7. But yeah, and also on these, so that's going to be millions. So a lot of grinding to do before that. But yeah, so those are my cars in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I thought I'd quickly show you my MC business and my weapons before I go. So here I've got my weapons. It's kind of an odd situation. I've got the pistol. I'll get into first person for this. So I've got the pistol Mark II with actually what mods it? It's got the flashlight, the Manuscope, and the suppressor. So it's pretty nice. I thought I might just grab it. I don't know really why. Better than the regular pistol, so I thought I'd grab that. Yeah, so combat pistol, I'm probably going to just drop that. I think it was for one of those stealth missions. And I've also got the AP pistol. Tried and true drive-by weapon, you know, by far the best. Destroys the AP pistol. Sorry, that destroys the micro SMG. Anyways, moving on to the SMG. So I've got the Combat PDW. I'm actually a huge fan of Combat PDW. I like it. It's got a 100-round magazine, which is always great, and it's a DLC weapon, so you can grab it straight away. That goes in a new car. There's actually a bunch of people around me, so... And I'm getting shot at, so I'm going to head inside. Or at least... Yeah, okay. I'm going to head inside. But yeah, so... Those are my vehicles in GTA Online. I couldn't show you guys the weapons, but I've got a... I do have a... cocaine lockup just outside. I'll probably just quickly head out here and show you guys the rest of the weapons. But yeah, so those are... Okay, the guy's coming back. I think I might demo my... Oh, and he's gone. Okay, that's fine. That works for me. Anyways, yeah, so back to the Combat PDW. 100 rounds, get it from level 1, good SMG. There's not much really else to say about it. But moving on to the SMG Mark II. Now, this weapon, it's kind of interesting in that it gets smaller when it's upgraded to the Mark II variant, which is very interesting. But yeah, I've got a few mods on this thing. I've got the scope, the extended clip, the flashlight, and suppressor. Yeah, it's a pretty good bike weapon. So it's actually probably one of the best bike weapons, but it's a pretty reliable 60-round magazine. But yeah, moving on. So this weapon right here, the Carbine Rifle Mark II, it's just my go-to weapon. This thing kicks ass. It just destroys. So I've got a crap ton of mods on this thing. I've got the fancy holographic sight, red dot sight. I've got the heavy barrel, which I unlocked through research. Extended clip, grip, flashlight, and muzzle brake. All of that equals a just insane weapon. You know, very tight spread for a long time. Yeah, it's a really good weapon. I really recommend it. But yeah, it's a Mark II weapon, and it sounds amazing. It's probably my favourite standard weapon in the game, but I'm not going to do that for you guys because I don't want cops. But anyways, moving on to the snipers. Snipers no sniping. So I've got the marksman rifle here. I've got that fancy paint on it, but I've got all of the attachments. And yeah, I just like this thing. Nice, quick firing, accurate. So yeah, it's a nice weapon. Moving on, sniper rifle. I've been using this for a while, but it has become outdated now that I have this weapon. this huge weapon. This is the Heavy Sniper Mark II with the explosive rounds attachment. So this weapon, wow, what to even say about it? So I'm not high enough. I'm not high enough rank to have it normally. I'm only rank 75, so I grabbed it through the MOC. But it's a really nice weapon. I got the explosive rounds, which kind of just destroy everything. So yeah, that's that. But there's not much to talk about that. So shotgun. I've actually been using the heavy shotgun for a while. I was going to switch to the assault shotgun. Haven't had the money or time to at the moment, so this is what I'm sticking with. It's alright, nothing special about it. I've got a couple of attachments, but that's about it. Moving on. So I should just probably stop moving. So I've got the firework launcher. I was here for I think it's the Independence Day special, so I got this. I've got 15 rockets left, but it's a pretty funny weapon. But yeah, not really much use. Homing launcher, self-explanatory, Neve's weapon, so that's it for that. Now, lethals. Okay, that bloke's there. We've got grenades, obviously. Simple. Sticky bombs. Gotta have sticky bombs. Can't go anywhere without it. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I've got some other stuff, but you guys don't want to see that. So yeah, this has been fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video.